Greetings, all of you. A warm welcome to all of you. And for some who will know that it's now my second one I'm doing on a Lenten devotional, but it's a joy and a blessing to do that for all of you. So a warm invitation to all of you. And for today we're going to talk about interruptions of God. This is your Pastor Yeti. A certain man from Cyrene, Simon, the father of Alexander and Rufus, was passing by on his way in from the country, and they forced him to carry the cross. Mark 15:21. And it's also interesting to do some historical background check on this guy, Simon of Cyrene. Especially when you study the tombs. Where rich people had tombs. It's interesting to come to a very deep understanding the difference between rich people and the middle class and all that, and why Jesus didn't have that tomb. So anyway, I give you some, it's excited to do that. Anyway, so I forgot to say that, okay, it's your Pastor Yeti. So, welcome. So many of us want to spend more time with God. We have good intentions. We start out strong, but after a few days, our changes in schedules, our sick kids, our life in general, we forget, postpone, purposely choose to delete spending precious moments with God. I believe God understands this common human dilemma, but I sincerely want and desire to spend more time with Him. We don't make time. We have difficulty in managing time. We have no control over time or the disruptions in life. Life happens. Things break. Outside circumstances interfere. Unexpected sickness unsettles our carefully planned day. And we are all in this. Even we have different lives, but we all can recognize ourselves in it. Since we cannot control interruptions, how to make the best use of them? What lessons do interruptions teach us? Our job is not to whine about life and being fair, but in faith return to God with an open heart, willing to share our life with Him. In reflection, I find many interruptions hold many in what they teach me and how they draw me closer to God. Simon from Cyrene came to town one day with his 2 young sons. He was passing by, minding his own business. But Simon landed in the wrong place at the wrong time. People jammed the narrow streets of Jerusalem. They wanted a man dragging a heavy wooden crossbeam. He struggled, obviously, weakened by beatings, exhaustion, and despair. Jesus needed help. Roman soldiers drafted Simon from the crowd. Perhaps Simon appeared strong. Maybe Simon's expression conveyed concern for the broken man before him. We don't know why Simon was picked, but his life changed in that instant by an interruption. The transferring of the cross weight from Jesus' shoulder onto Simon's brought them into intimate contact with one another. Simon must have looked deeply into Jesus' eyes and saw love. What happened to Simon from Cyrene after that fateful day? Tradition tells us he became a follower of Jesus. The intimacy of walking with someone in their suffering leaves a deep mark on your soul. I imagine Simon stayed at Golgotha, watching Jesus on the cross. Simon heard Jesus' final words. He probably met other followers there, and perhaps he lingered longer in Jerusalem and experienced the resurrection. My beloved people, allow interruptions to be God moments. Allow God to use them for His purpose. Not cling to time just for myself. We have to learn to allow interruptions. And even your schedule is changed with interruptions, with so many whatever. Allow interruptions to be God moments. The intrusion may be unexpected for me and for you, but not for God. Listening and being with someone who needs us is vastly more important than our to-do lists. Interruptions can be tender moments where love is revealed. The image I give you now is cross. How do you look at the cross? Like Simon, when he took over the weight of the crossbeam, probably he looked very deeply in Jesus' eyes and saw love. So when you look at the cross, when that very moment was there, when you came to the cross, what was your experience and what is it doing now? My question for you is, what have interruptions taught you? Very important. I pray, God of every moment, open our eyes to the gift in interruptions. Give us patience and wisdom to know you are in control of our time, and help us serve you in all the planned and disrupted minutes of our lives. I pray this in the wonderful name of your Son, Jesus the Christ. Interruptions. Allow them in your time. This is your Pastor Yeti.